Like a morning YouTube. So, before I put all this stuff away, I thought I would make a video of what was in my bag, basically. What's in your luggage. And the first thing I would say is about the bag is get a good bag. I didn't get a good bag. So what you want is a waterproof bag for the Ragbrai. This bag is going to be left out on wet grass. It might get rained on. And even if it doesn't get rained on, even if it's just in your tent, the place is so humid that everything will get wet. So I don't know that you can actually prevent it from getting all your stuff wet with a waterproof bag, but it's at least a good try that you only, at nighttime, you always keep the bag closed. So, because in the morning, everything is wet. The blanket is wet, even inside the tent. Any bit of cloth that can absorb water will absorb water. So get kind of a bag that you can take on a river rafting trip. Just something that's completely waterproof. So I'll toss this, but it was easy to find. Pick a color, not black, not gray. Pick a bright color that you can see your bag in among 100, 500 bags. And I'm not kidding you. There might be 500 bags laying out in the field. How are you going to find yours quickly? Bright colors. So the second thing on my list that I took that I loved was a camp chair. It's a little camp chair, but you'd be surprised how nice it is to sit outside your tent, check your email. Yes, if you're with a charter, they will have like a main tent with chairs there, but it's generally just nicer just in the morning. Take a coffee back to your tent, check your mail, that kind of thing. Highly recommend at least some kind of chair. Now, this is like a $19 chair, and a lot of people had like the really nice backpacking chairs, but I highly recommend a chair. So one thing that's a must is a sleeping pad. Now I bought, this is like a $14 Amazon bag, and it's a twin size. So when it was raining really hard, this thing will get about this thick, and the entire bottom of the tent was pretty much in an inch of water. So I put everything on top of this pad, and then found a dry quarter of the tent. Man, that was a rough night. But take some kind of pad. Now I've got the little flex tail gear, and man, that blew up that twin size grate. I mean, it puts out just a lot of air. So take a pump. Don't blow it up with your mouth. Part two of that is have a backup sleeping pad. If yours gets a hole in it and you can't find the hole, what are you going to do? Are you going to lay on the ground? Yes, there might be a hardware store in town, or there might not be. And yes, it might be junk. So this is light. They give you, most charters say under 50 pounds. Don't take 45 pounds. Your bag should weigh like 20 pounds. If it's too heavy, you're going to get hurt just trying to pick it up. So have a backup sleeping pad. As far as sleep goes, I had like a little, this is a Western Mountaineering silk bag liner. I didn't use that. I covered the big twin pad with just a twin fitted mattress cover and a sheet. It was pretty hot most nights, but about 3 a.m. It would cool down to maybe 70. And when you're laying in a wet tent, that can be cool. So, so what I have is just a little down cover. I got this one from Z Packs, and it's way too expensive for the Ragbrai, but I already had it for my backpack stuff. So carry just a little something on top, so you have your pad, the just mattress sheet, a cotton sheet above that, and some kind of quilt. That's going to really go a long way. So what else you might need? I brought an umbrella. I never needed. I pictured, if it's going to be pouring down rain and I want to go to the bathroom, that might come in handy. That never happened, so I was pretty lucky there. It's hot at night, and boy, a fan. This one's made by Bell & Howell, it just comes apart, will raise up like that, and then it'll go up all the way around. And it puts out a good amount of air. You know, I never charged it once. I never used it more than an hour. Usually just as I was going to sleep, I would just turn it on. It would get cool about 3 a.m. But man, let me tell you, when it's hot and you're just sitting in your tent like naked and just sweating, that's going to be a long night. If it's raining, I take a pee bag. There were a couple nights it was just pouring down rain, and I'm not going outside. What I didn't use, I took a puffy jacket. I never used it. It was always above 70. But that's not saying that it can't be cold at some year. I took rain pants. You don't need rain pants. So that's a waste of space. I took a bug net. Never had to use it. You know, I think I maybe didn't see one mosquito. A couple of the folks I was with said they got bit, but I didn't. Some kind of way to dry your clothes out after you wash them. You know, it's nice. Doesn't weigh anything. A couple of ace bandages. You don't know. Knee sore, hip sore, arm. You know, just it's a good way to have it. So I broke my glasses, my sunglasses. So have a backup pair. Yes, they sell them in the stores, but you know, I like to have my own that I picked out beforehand. I took a backup mirror in case I busted it. I've broken one before. I don't know that you even need a mirror on the Ragbrai. Most of the times, yeah, I mean, I look back at my mirror once in a while, but most of the times you're like this. You're just looking over, and then you go left. So I don't know that you actually need it. Wet ones, some way to wash yourself off if there was no shower or if you just don't feel like it. Yes, all kinds of charging cables because you don't know what kind of ability or ways to charge things is going to be there. Now, have two battery bricks. So I had this one, and I would carry that one on my bike, and so I would carry that right down here in the top tube. And this has a great ability to just go out, and I would plug that into my phone, into my camera, into the camera's remote switch. Works great. The deal is that if this gets wet, it will not turn on. So you need two ways to charge your phone or whatever you've got. And I had a second one with a regular Anchor charger. Now, one good point to take is to take a little short cord like this. Usually there's like a power strip, and there's people who have three of the big power converters on it, and there's no room to put like another one, but you can weasel in a little tiny plug. This has worked so many times for me, not just on the Ragbrai, but in backpacking too. You go into a shelter, and there's just a little tiny space to put this, and then I would maybe put my other charger onto that, and then you hook your just USB-C cord to that. But this kind of gets this. There might not be room for this, but there's room for that. Great thing to take. It's a JBL speaker, probably the most Ragbrai used speaker by far. It's funny, on backpacking, it's considered incredibly rude to play music out loud. On the Ragbrai, everybody's got their tunes going. So it's just a wild cacophony of just 70s, 80s, 90s hits. Carry some chamois butter. I took some Gold Bond powder, but I never even used it. I never had problems with just saddle sores and that kind of thing. This was just a catch-all thing. I had some bug spray. some ibuprofen, a little knife, a lighter, some safety pins, and I took a Apple AirTag to put in my bag, so that way I could always know where it was. Even if it was in a field of 1,000, I could see where my bag was by using my Apple iPhone. That's a great idea to just put one Apple AirTag in your bag, and to take a fast drying towel for showers. Don't take cotton. Cotton will never dry the entire week. And even this doesn't really get dry. Nothing is dry. It could be completely sunny and everything you have will be wet. Yes, you can try to hang it out, and yeah, that does help some, but it's so humid that you just got to get used to putting on wet stuff. Not maybe like, dripping wet, but it just feels damp. Everything's damp. So one last thing, there are laundromats in some of the towns. So if you want to do laundry, it's best just to bring like 3 or 4 of those little laundry pods in a bag to do your laundry with. A lot of people just take and wash out their shirt and shorts in the shower, but they don't dry. So I think that's got it. I hope that helps you to give you some ideas for the next Ragbrai, and we'll see you out on the trail.